Hi everyone, it's Channel Chris. You can call me Chris. Today I just want to tell you my Jordan story. I went back home to Chicago during Christmas break or something when I was probably like in my late 20s or even 30 years old or something like that, and I was looking for those old Jordan shoes, and my mom had taken the shoe, cut a hole in the heel so my brother could go as backwards man for Halloween. So she ruined the shoes. I was like, you cut my Air Jordans? Any pair of shoes you could cut, but not those. And they were beat up already, holes in them and stuff, but I still wanted them. I kept them for a reason. So anyway, I guess my mom just threw them out, so they're gone. I'm in college, and at my school, there was one guy that got picked every year to go be Donald Dell's personal assistant. Now, Donald Dell was the chairman and founder of ProServe. ProServe was one of the world's largest sports marketing firms, and they just happened to represent one basketball player that we all know, Michael Jordan. They had Patrick Ewing, they had a ton of basketball players, they were really huge in tennis, they had Nancy Kerrigan, Olympic athletes, they had all kinds of athletes, golfers, everything. They were huge. I was a freshman in college, I heard about this job, this internship, if like one person was picked each year, it was like a big deal at my school. I never thought for a second that I'd be that guy. But lo and behold, my senior year, I was picked to be that guy. So I went out to Washington, D.C., which is where ProServe headquarters was. This would have been probably like 1991, after I graduated college. And I started working with this big sports marketing agency that represented Michael Jordan. As luck would have it, I got to see him play in Chicago. I got to see him play in Washington a lot when the Bulls came. And I even got to see him play when he was playing for the Wizards. And I was there the night that he scored 50 points. And I had like, I think, player seats that were on the baseline. It was amazing seats. I watched this game, and I just remember, he didn't do anything spectacular. He just was shooting like crazy. When he got the ball, he just like effortlessly got away from whoever was guarding him and got a shot off him, just putting him down one after the other. And I had no idea that he was approaching 50 points during the game. It was just so effortless for him that it didn't even look like a huge feat, really. And here he was in his 40s scoring 50 points. It was unbelievable. I was happy to be there. So you've all heard the story about my shoe, how I was working at ProServe and they found these shoes in the closet, they were going to throw them in the trash. There's another video that I had, you can see that if you want to hear that story in greater detail. But I was lucky enough to get these shoes, and one is a 1984 shoe, black toe, one's an 85 Chicago. They're both size 13 and a half, just the right shoe, made for Michael Jordan, Michael's shoes, and I was lucky to have them. So for me, my Jordan story starts off with this like kind of naive, athletic kid, but I didn't watch sports, barely knew who he was. I just kind of happened on watching him play in the Olympics. He comes to my town to play for the Bulls, and I start getting attached to him then. I go to work for a company that represents him, which is just, I was so fortunate to work there and have those experience there for those years. And then I was lucky enough to have these shoes. So it's like, for me, my Jordan story is, it goes back to the beginning of his rookie year and highly involves the Air Jordan shoe. And it's the Air Jordan 1 in particular. What's your Jordan story?